It's actually an old monastery that was founded by monks in like the 17th century. I'm gonna start seeing some of the Sound of Music sites today. It feels like its own little oasis, and you can't tell that you're in a city of millions of people. Good morning from Vienna, Austria. We are here and my parents came to visit us. We're so happy they're here. It's a beautiful day in Vienna, so we are starting off the day going to Schönbrunn Palace, like an entire estate, gigantic. We've heard great things about it, and we're walking up on it right now.
Look at that! We're doing a tour of the apartments inside. They look amazing, and I'm so excited to see it.
We're a little late right now, so hopefully they still let us in.
Yeah.
Behind that gated door.
So we just finished our tour of the inside. We did the Imperial tour. We couldn't get much video of it because you're technically not supposed to, but there were people taking pictures and videoing, but it is beautiful.
Yeah.
And there's incredible residences, and the Grand Hall is amazing.
Oh, it's so pretty.
We are gonna walk through the gardens.
Gloriette?
The Gloriette
Oh, it looks amazing. I can see it from here.
is like a big structure across the grounds from the palace.
It's so big.
So we just came out into the main garden courtyard area, and there's the palace that we just toured, and then we turned this corner and just see this. And so we are gonna walk up there and we're gonna tour that building as well, and we get to go on top of it and see a bird's eye view of the whole area. The whole palace area is I don't know how many acres, but it's this gigantic complex that has several different gardens and a theater for opera, palace obviously. It even has a zoo too. There's also restaurants, and so you can easily spend a full day here and enjoy the whole time. All right, now we got a little hike up the hill to the Gloriette, and we also might find some lunch up there. We saw a fork and a knife on the map.
There's a cafe inside of it.
And so heard rumors there's a cafe. We're coming up on the Gloriette right now. And what we've just learned is that Gloriette is actually a general term for like a viewing platform or pavilion. So this is the Schönbrunn Gloriette. Schönbrunn Palace, huge. Well, the whole ground's huge. Like, we stopped at a map a little bit ago when we left the palace, and it said like, oh, it's a 24-minute walk to the Gloriette. That was at least a half an hour ago when we finally made it. Cheers to Schönbrunn Palace and adventures and Austria.
In Austria.
Yeah, cheers.
Edelweiss.
Edelweiss. Okay, so lunch was amazing. We were extremely surprised and very pleasantly surprised at how good the little cafe is up here. If you ever end up at Schönbrunn, go to the cafe in the Gloriette. It's wonderful.
On the naked floor, behind that gated door.
It's really cool how inside of Schönbrunn, it feels like its own little oasis, and you can't tell that you're in a city of millions of people. But then you get up on top of the Gloriette and can see the city all around you, and it's just a cool kind of place to come and get out of the city. Literally just popped up out of the subway right next to this, St. Stephen's Cathedral.
Where it feels like home. You showed how you were mine.
When in Vienna,
Get a bratwurst in a bun.
you gotta get a sausage.
Yes.
The perfect mid-afternoon snack.
The walls don't speak. On 14 Washburn Street.
Today we are in Salzburg, Austria. We rented a car this morning and drove from Vienna. It is beautiful here.
Yeah.
We just are now walking downtown through kind of the Old Town district, and we're gonna spend the next couple days here in Salzburg and around Salzburg.
It's such a quaint little town tucked up next to the mountains. And it's a big city, but I mean, town, city, I don't know, but it feels very quaint and I like it already.
So we've made it through a good portion of Old Town, and this little city is incredibly picturesque.
So beautiful.
It's almost like you can hear the singing of the Sound of Music a little bit. just from the vibes of this place.
That's your mom singing it.
Well, yeah, that's just my mom. Never mind. We're just wandering around right now through the town for the evening before we go to dinner. Tomorrow, I think we may be getting a Salzburg card, which we have to research a little bit more. But it's supposed to be public transportation and gets you into plenty of the sites. So we'll go and see the fortress and the cathedral and some of the other sites more in depth tomorrow. But we're trying to get a little feel for the town.
Yeah, we got here about 4 o'clock, so we're just getting our bearings and gonna have some dinner in a little bit.
We have no clue what's going on or what we're doing. Yeah, grab a mug and then come up with this thing and you can rinse it out.
Okay.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Cheers.
Nice.
Funniest way that you get your beer, you come in, you grab a cup, you pay for it, and then you go get your beer. And then to get food, there's all these market stalls.
The brewery we decided to come to is called Augustiner Bräu, and it's actually an old monastery that was founded by monks in like the 17th century. They are still brewing the same beer, but based off the same recipe as they were when they started this place, and it's the biggest beer garden in Austria. There's a huge outdoor area that you can sit in, but we definitely walked in and didn't really know what we were walking into, and we're kind of like overwhelmed all of a sudden, but really glad we ended up here because it's a really cool experience between the cool mugs and all the different places you can eat. Oh my goodness. Alrighty, so we are now leaving the beer garden. It was a really cool experience, lots of awesome food, one great beer. Seems like in the summertime, I could just picture that place on a warm summer's day being the most popular spot in Salzburg. But we've got another day in Salzburg tomorrow that we're very excited for. We're already really really like this beautiful little city. We are in Salzburg again today, and we just had a wonderful breakfast. Now we are heading to go to one of the gardens here and gonna start seeing some of the Sound of Music sites today. So the first place we decided to stop today is the Mirabell Gardens. They're pretty central in Salzburg, and it's just this large open gardens. I believe it was a palace at one point. The trees are amazing right now, and a view of the fortress up above Salzburg as well, and a couple of Sound of Music spots. So this is really cool. There's a bridge that crosses the river, and it's just a pedestrian bridge, and it's got, I don't know, 100,000 locks on this bridge, and it's something cool. And there's like hearts on them and people's names, and the river here is like, I don't know what causes it, but it's this amazing like turquoise color.
Yeah, it's
that
so
is like
blue.
super unique.
Yeah, it's not like a muddy river.
Yeah, it just adds to like the beauty of this city.
Yeah,
I like it here a lot. We decided to go ahead and get a Salzburg card for our time here. Just this little card. It gets you into a ton of different attractions and sites. It's 24 euros for the 24-hour card. You can get them 24, 48, or 72 hours. Some of the stuff that we are going to do is the fortress, the cathedral, maybe some museums. There's a panorama terrace area, and there's also a gondola that's a good ways outside of town that I think we're going to try to do tomorrow. So
yeah, and all of that's included, so it's very much worth the price.
yeah, there's some places we've been where they have cards similar to this, and we have felt they're not worth it.
Yeah,
But the Salzburg card seems to have a lot of value for what you get.
now we're at the nunnery, right?
Yeah, this is
That was in Sound of Music.
Yes.
Can't go inside.
Also
but-
where the real Maria lived. Oh.
Yeah.
How do you make her stay and listen to all you have to say? How do you solve a problem like Maria?
I feel like the nunnery might be slept on a little bit.
Yeah, you get
Beautiful.
views of the
mountains and stuff too.
All right, if you can't tell, Sound of Music is Brenda's favorite movie.
She's living the dream right now.
Living the dream, that's what I was trying to say. The nunnery from the Sound of Music movie, a little bit slept on because you can't actually go inside, especially if you're a Sound of Music fan. Come and see it. Okay, so we were a little bit confused on the cathedral and the Salzburg card. So we actually are in the Dom Quarter, which is right next to the cathedral, and it's kind of a museum. We do get, I believe, a look inside of the cathedral from
above.
Yeah, from above, from the organ chamber, organ room. Okay, we are about to do one of the most popular things in Salzburg. Is we are going up to the fortress, and we're taking the funicular up. It's all part of our Salzburg card that we got earlier.
Yeah, it towers over town. Like, you can see it from everywhere.
Yeah.
It's so high up.
That's awesome.
So there's a funicular to get up there, thank goodness. We don't have to take the stairs.
Yeah.
I mean, it is so high up there, holy cow.
I also read online that this is one of the steepest funiculars in Europe. I don't think it's the steepest one, but it's steep.
Let's go explore the fort, and then I think we should kind of sit here for sunset if it's like the right timing.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, because the sun is gonna set right over the big mountains over there. Let's do it.
Perfect.
Yeah, I do remember tears and the laughter. How could we fall so fast and let us go? It's time to surrender now that it's ended.
This is a really cool view up here. You can see the town of Salzburg on one side, and then on the other side is kind of, I guess, the other half of Salzburg, and just these incredible mountains that seem to like pop up out of nowhere. Okay, it's almost dinner time. We just sat and had some drinks at the Panorama Cafe. We're just looking up at it again, just kind of marveling at it. It is a very cool place to visit in Salzburg, and then go and grab a drink and watch the sunset. We are gonna head back down into town and grab some dinner.
What a way to end a day.
Yes. Cheers. Brenda said cheers. We've had a wonderful day in Salzburg between all the sights that we've gotten to see and the food we've gotten to eat.
It's a great day. Salzburg is such a beautiful city, and it's very quiet and just sweet, and I really like it, especially this time of year. I think it's a little bit off season, so.
It's funny, I don't think Austria was like super high up on my list of places to see when we started this adventure and traveling, but I think it should have been higher, and there's a lot to offer.
It should be on your list.
Should be on your list. I'm super thankful for our travels that we've done so far, and thankful to be in Austria now, this beautiful country. And go travel, people.
Yeah, it's so worth it.
It's amazing. It's worth it. I think just do what it takes to make it happen, because the world is a beautiful, beautiful place, and there's so much to see and so much to learn and enjoy and live. It's wonderful.